Yes, bless. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the Moses Marquis Saint. You're on my morning walk, and today we're going to talk about abortion issues. Let's let this light sink in a little bit because it's just so nice. It's just so nice. This is nice right here. These early mornings when it's all quiet and still, the birds chirp, the air is cool and fresh. Wow, look at all the birds going through the trees and flying together. That's what life's about. That's what I'm talking about today. The only reason we exist is to produce life. You think that bird is going there chucking its Instagram? You think that bird's talking about rape or incest or abortion? No, we don't talk about killing babies because that's not what plants do. That's not what animals do. They gestate. That is what its nature intended. And for most of us, that's exactly what we're here for. We're here because we are here to produce. That's how our biology works. That's how our planet works. And yet, we are playing God. We are calling our friends names. I must have blocked 4 different people yesterday. I had about 200 comments in about 4 hours. My buddies say I got the troll record going. I wasn't trying to troll anybody. What I was trying to do, still trying to do, is let you know just how important your decisions are. To let you know that whatever you do echoes in eternity. Now, for months and weeks, I've been crying about my own personal abortion issues, literally crying, broken. Now that Roe versus Wade is over, it literally makes it illegal to do these kind of abortions after 15 weeks. Found out more than I ever knew. Heartbeat starts around 6 weeks. Baby starts moving around 8 weeks. And my baby got killed in the 1 percentile in the 20-week beyond mark. Now, I made her feel unsafe. And there are plenty of women that have abortions because of abusive husbands. It happens. There are plenty of women that even still get raped by their husbands, I've heard. But for the blasphemy of every girl screaming because it's rape or incest is what scares me. I put the statistics in the photo. It's not just that. It's not just all rape. In fact, it's even less than a percentage. And thankfully, this is something that's rampant. It was like the other day for me when I went to go see some therapy, and the lady says, "Oh, I'm sorry, we only have sex offender classes, a male sex offender class." And I said, "Well, I sure hope that that's a small motherfucking group." Okay, that's how I feel, man. I honestly feel that shouldn't be happening. I honestly feel for women that have rape or bled to death or have medical issues, this is science, Thankfully, we can save them. Thankfully, you don't have to risk your life to have to give life, It was such risky business before. You're in the 15th century, you're on whatever, 15th century, gotta have a baby, went and tried, baby still lived, but most women died. They literally risked their lives to have another life. And whether we liked it or not, for millennia, it was like this. It's still dangerous. I mean, even if you're a hippopotamus or a wildebeest, mammals in general, having babies is risky, especially for these mammals, human mammals. You can get an STD. And I keep saying it over and over again. Everybody's talking about responsibility. It's like, dude, consequences, homie. Consequences. There's literally consequences for every decision you make. I just got off the phone with a friend. I want to say friend because she acted like a complete bitch. But she's triggered, so she felt like she could use me as a punching bag. I didn't want to have to block her, but, there she is making her comment. And because I set the internet on fire, and I spoke my truth, right? Most people, women, most people I have never even seen like a single post of mine. I haven't heard from in decades, didn't even know they were alive. And all of a sudden, they all come out the woodwork. All of a sudden, it's like, where have you been? The chick I made a cut shirt first for, and she never posted it, and I haven't seen her in years, decades. Where have you been? Now all of a sudden, you want to show up and talk about your rape case. You want to talk about things that are personal. Like I've been talking about things that are personal. I lost a baby. That's personal. Now I'm not going to air her personal because I'm not the asshole. She's like, you better not. I'm going to tee off on you. I'm going to play that recording. I record a lot of messages. In fact, I got some funny ones, like my buddy, you know.
Yeah, I'm a German guy, but German beer is better than Leo beer, but Leo beer is the best in Thailand, so fuck off Leo beer in my hand, but not on my fucking t-shirt, not on my fuck tank top. I need Leo beer in my fucking hand because I'm German. So, here, it's important.
I was fucking with him on beer on shirts. That shit's funny. That's funny. That's having fun. What's not fun or funny is my friend calling me, who's not on my actual friends list on Facebook where I posted all these comments, but 5 o'clock in the morning, teeing off on me, talking about my little dick and do I have the balls? Do I have the balls? Yeah, you have ovary balls, bro. You got ovary balls. And actually, let me give you the balls so you can tell. Yeah. So I got fucking thousands of messages. It blew up. Everybody and their mama all of a sudden had an issue, right? Everybody and their mama all of a sudden had an opinion. And by all of a sudden, I mean, I have never seen some of these people make a comment on my post. And I mean capital N, capital E, capital V, capital E, capital R. Never heard from some of these people. And all of a sudden, because of this issue, they didn't mind talking about the worst things that's ever happened to them. Now, I know this is personal. I won't share her name or her story because I'm not an asshole. There's decorum. But she lost her shit on me this morning. Not just her, but a lot of people. It was just interesting that this was so happened at 5 a.m. But what I've also been learning from the alpha male is that's what women do. As soon as they're confronted with their accountability, I get called a beta cock by one lazy-eyed, fat, ugly bitch that likes to sleaze on me. You know who you are, bitch. I'm calling you out. Try to sleaze on me. Hi, Mark. Try to rub on me and try to get drunk and think she's going to get some. But she's already rejected. She knows she's been rejected. And then she didn't want to add me on Facebook. She's like, you want to be so hard. Try so hard to be my friend on Facebook. I just want to be cool with people. You might think that somebody adding you on Facebook is hitting on you. You are no danger of getting pregnant, bitch. I'm telling you right now, there's some bitches that are like, oh my God, 300 pounds lazy eye and a really angry, bad attitude. I always tell women, don't be fat and angry. That's a bad mix because nobody gives a shit from the fat girls. They just don't. It's biology. And part of our biology is for us to mate together. Part of the reason we are having such an issue right now is because we have forgotten how to love. We don't have people we can count on. We don't have anybody that we can talk to. In fact, it's just so weird. You know, like with our lives, we're in the situation that we rather just swipe left and we don't have nobody to talk to and no one seems to give a shit about our lives. And there's me saying happy birthday on June 5th, you know, because I'm a nice guy. Apparently, little dick syndromes and we start mentioning dick sizes. The immediate thing I think I hear a lot. So you can see the cut go low. As soon as someone's hurt, you can see how hurt they are by mentioning certain things, right? So what I've noticed about women is, so they like to say the word beta or cuck. And I'm like, are you watching the same shows as I am? Like, that's some of the things these guys say. They talk a lot about beta males and cuck holding. And I don't even use these words. I don't even think I ever use that word, C-U-C-K. It doesn't even, I don't even like, I'd rather say cunt, but I don't barely even say that word. But you know, the attacks, right? They don't want to be attacked. They want to be heard, right? They want their voices to be heard, their opinions, right? And you say, you know, if I start calling bitches, right? And if I start calling rapists liars, or if I start calling them little titties or bloody pussies or something derogatory, let's be derogatory, right? We already know what time it's going to be. The bug almost flew in my mouth. Chipotle from last night. I'm walking it off. And that's what happens. As soon as we run out of words and communication, this person didn't contact me. I literally had a conversation about my abortion. I was crying in front of her. And we had a really good conversation, a trusted conversation, constructive. We were in the middle of a convention, so it was a little, not the time, but it was nice to talk to a real human being and talk to her about her children. She has children, by the way. So she's had a rape scenario. Guys pull condoms. Things happen with sex. And what I tell people is that we know these things to be true. You know, we know that highly risky business, man. You want to have AIDS, HIV, keep having anal sex unprotected. You know, they were talking blowjobs, lady, anal. You don't have to worry about abortion. She's absolutely right. You could shag wow. You can do a jack off masturbation scene and never get pregnant. You could go and hand job the fuck out of every dude you've ever wanted and not increase your notch count, not be in any danger of abortions. But the truth is we're biologically designed to have sex with each other. There's a reproductive system in both of us. We both have hormones and we both get turned on. Like, imagine that. My ex, she told me she didn't want to have the baby. She just wanted to have sex. Must be nice. I wanted to have sex, not the STD. You know what I'm saying? And that's what ends up happening. We end up separating ourselves from our responsibility, right? We end up living in a world where, oh, I was with this guy. I trusted him, and then he pulled off my condom and did all this other things. And I said, why did you have sex with someone that you couldn't trust? I mean, seriously, I just read a post that said, before you date anyone, have them do a one-page paragraph or one paragraph explaining why they want to date you. You know what I'm saying? Why not fill out some information, some constructive conversations with people before it happens? Before you're in the abortion clinic, before you're talking about rape, why did you trust this man to get even close to you, to be alone in a room with you? I'm serious. Like, where were you at on that decision making? Kind of like the reverse for like athletes, right? When they have, or rappers, when they have all the girls sign affidavits and turn in their cell phones to go into certain rooms. Most women don't want to talk about that. They're all out there trying to catch an NFL guy. They're trying to actually get knocked up. They're actually trying to steal sperm. No one talked about that at all. There was zero response for men's rights. There was zero response for voting between two parties, you know, two to tango. There's a lot of response for dads being the deadbeats. There was a lot of response for adoptions and how many kids are up, or what the condition of the child's life would be like after it's born. But there was no mention. Women have a tough time with their accountability. They have a tough time. Well, I just want to have sex. It's just sex, Saint. Yeah, it was just sex for you. I was trying to make a baby, and you knew that. You knew I wanted to have a child, and you used it as a weapon. You used it as an out. As soon as you didn't feel safe for me, you just took my child's life. My child wasn't safe in your womb. Huh? Can you believe that? I didn't feel safe around you. You hear me? Walking away from me at parks multiple times, leaving me, you know, having attitudes. Get back in the car. Are you done talking shit? Get back in the car. Are you done talking shit? Get back in the car. Are you done talking shit? And by the third time, she was trying to control me. Instead of saying, all right, you know, I'm done talking shit. No, it was control. Everything. Oh, you must be with this chick. Jealous talk. You must have got her phone number, and I didn't. You must have slept with her, and I didn't. Just accusatory. Constant accusation, constant arguments, just not happy with her life. And I flew all the way back from Brazil. I'm on the Pacific Ocean in San Francisco, and I turned around to her, and I didn't punch her. I didn't backslap her. I didn't do any of that. I simply said, can you find your happy? And she walked away from me and my dream to be a father. Now, what happened after? I'm going to tell you exactly what happened after. She's in the car. I told her, get her fat ass out of the car. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have opened the door, taken her cell phone, kind of grabbed on her shirt, like, get out. Now, did I pull her and drag her out of the car? No. Did I make a phone call with my mom so she could talk to her? Yes. Did I give her phone back? Yes. Is that a bit of a control move on my part? Yes. I wanted to control the crazy situation I was in. And many of us do. You know, we feel out of balance, out of control, and in fear quickly, especially when we're arguing, which I was quite used to with this individual. And finally, now, mind you, when I had left for Brazil in November, that was her choice. I gave her a choice. She told me she didn't want to have that baby. Up to you, bro. You know, like the baby was only like 4 weeks old. I can't make you to do anything you want to do. That's your choice. We've been arguing. Fair enough. I'm going to go to Brazil. But then she stayed pregnant. She stayed procrastinating because that was her style, by the way. And she waited to the last minute talking about, I gave you a chance. No, I gave you a chance to be a mother again. I gave you a chance to have a family and a husband again. After you've already blew your chance at doing it your first time. You already had kids. You've already been divorced. You're already bad-mouthing the man, and you're already not talking to your father. You have so many red flags around you, you can't even see straight. You've already ruined your chance, so you decide to ruin mine. And that's what I told her. I said, you did the same thing to me that your ex did to you. He took your kids away because you're too crazy. You say I'm crazy now, or I scared you. Not that I'm crazy, but that I scared you, and now you took my child away. You did exactly the same thing that your husband did to you, or your ex-husband, or maybe you're still married. Who the fuck knows your fucking bullshit? You know, I didn't bring bullshit to the fucking table. I didn't have fucking exes to talk about. I simply have a temper that I don't like being fucked with. And I stick up for myself. And I talk about things within reason. Everybody's like, oh, you're such love and light. I'm like, what kind of fucking show do you think I'm on? This is a Saints brand, but it's called Saints Addiction. Because I have the shadows, I talk about it openly. I've been talking about abortion for the last 6 months. Openly. Before Roe versus Wade. I've been talking about my abuse. Openly. Because that's what needs to be talked about. My friend talked to me last night. I don't want to share what happened with her, but, you know, the incest stories, or not the incest stories, but the, I guess it is incest. Stepdaddy was fucking with her. She told her mom, and her mom didn't believe. It happened to my dad. Or not to him, but his dad raped all his sisters. I'm admitting that. You know, most people are trying to hide that shit. I feel like if we don't talk about it, it becomes worse, right? If we just suppress everything and bury it, everything's just going to be okay, right? Well, that's not all right. It's not all right to have such strong opinions and not be willing to hear someone out. You know, we literally have a UN for these kind of things between countries so that way we can communicate and express things of difficulties. That's what communication is. That's what humanity is. That's what constructive communication looks like. The rest of it was just spewing. I mean, literally, she's spewing on me because maybe she didn't have a release, or maybe she needed a psychologist, or maybe she was drunk. But that's exactly what my other friend did. I had breakfast beers. All slothing. I'm like, are you all right? Like, first of all, you never called me or talked to me. Second of all, you're just coming out here crying over our buddy that died, our mutual friend that killed himself. But we weren't talking about suicide. No, we were talking about how she wished she had his baby, and how she wished she was still around, and she woulda, shoulda, coulda, and now you'll never have his seed. He can't nut again. He's gone, dude. It's over for him. He's left this planet, and with him, he left a daughter, which is really sad because the daughter should have had a fucking chance. You know what I mean? It's really sad when you're a father that owns a business and people look up to you and you kill yourself. Nobody talked about the higher suicide rates. You know, the father's voices, I didn't get one like. Not one person went and said that. This is the other half of this equation. That there are no immaculate conceptions. There are no Virgin Marys out there. You took your panties off, bitch. Bitch, how does Kanye West say? You ain't no nun. Yeah, take them panties off, bitch. You ain't no nun. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. You ain't no nun. And you're as biggest of a sinner as I am. I admit my sins. I'd be like, yo, I have premarital sex often. I probably slept with over 100 women, mostly unprotected sex. I should have had an STD by now. And it was cool that my ex actually told me, you probably gave me an STD. I'm clean. Let's go take some blood tests. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been good. But you also chose not to fuck me without condoms. She showed up with 2 boxes of condoms, like, you better have sex with me. Now, mind you, this is the person that said, oh, I want unconditional. You better be ready to fuck the shit out of me. And the day we made this baby, she fucked the shit out of me. She fucked me 10 different times without a condom. And now all of a sudden it's a shock. No, we've been fucking the whole time. 3 times every morning. Yep, that's right. I'd be doing my work. It was our thing, you know? We enjoyed each other. Morning sex. It's really nice. When you're with a loving, accepting, open lady, better. All of a sudden you're not playing. I didn't hear a lot from the moms. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a lot of mothers speaking, like, so glad I didn't abort this baby. Or fathers that said women that threatened to abort their baby. I know friends that have had abortions. Now, one, they go, oh, silly. The worst part is, like, name calling, right? So abusive. Like, they can't wait to say I'm abusive, because when I lost my temper, I'm the abuser. Just trying to fuck off of my kid. I just traveled all the way to Brazil while I was sick during the holidays, made it right after Christmas, right before New Year's, and this bitch is leaving me at the park. What? Now, if I had grabbed her then, so can you find you're happy? She might be, you're being abusive, say. No, that's not what happened. It was like, after I've been left in the park and I'm hungry and cold and I hated it and I'm mad, get the fuck out of the car. Go back over here and talk to me. That's what I did. I pulled the dad. Like, stop your little shit. Stop your little fucking whining. You've done it with your child. I'm sure you have. Even mothers. Like, listen, motherfucker, we're not doing this right now. It was one of those, and we were in the park, and it was like, even a gentleman came by. Cause danger, bitch. She actually gave me a ride after. If you're not so unsafe, is what I told her. If you're so in harm, It happened when we were in bed together. She started talking about her ex. I said, bitch, you're gonna get kicked out this bed. Don't be talking about another man in my bed. I'm serious. And I straight scooted her. You see this? Scoot. Not a kick, not a whoosh, but a scoot that ass out. And she, I can't believe you. Stormed by herself. Let tickets home, all stewing. I think she ever put on her clothes and her whole makeup. Like, she actually left looking good. I'm like, I don't know what that was all about, but I never thought I'd see her again. Now, here's a woman that came back into my life. I didn't want that. I sent her home. She was crying. I didn't like the crying at 2, 3, 4 a.m. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Call it prepartum depression, call it postpartum depression, call it depression. Just call it her history. She had a history, dude. A hysterectomy. She had her own history and her own issues before I even fucking met her, bro. She had her own children and she got to name them. You get what I'm saying? I didn't get to do shit. All of a sudden, she wanted to control the name. She wanted to control the circumcision. She wanted to control what state it was in. I'm trying to find my kids down to Thailand or Brazil, have them raised on fresh, organic fruits and fresh air and ocean life. And no, she can't do that. She's got 2 kids. She's got to see them on the... But, like, who does it for a 4-year-old son? Her kid was already abandoned by her decision. So a lot of women talk about adoption. There are a lot of parents that would murder to have their own child. My friends were like so shocked. They got mad. They got so mad at this chick, my ex. They're like, I'm gonna fuck her up. Mark, you need to get yourself a hippie chick. That's what they told me. I got a bougie chick. Someone that has the wherewithal, the money, and the insurance to just snap fingers and delete my baby. She can just change her mind because she lives in the first world in California with legal rights or lenient rights to do whatever the fuck she wanted. I didn't have a right. I didn't have a say, and neither did my child. 22 weeks old, 24 weeks old, kicking, heartbeat, almost fully formed, halfway formed, and they just sucked them out because we got in an argument. Now, that's obviously what's indicative of what's happening right now, because anybody does anything, as soon as there's an argument, you already know what time it is. Everybody hates each other. They all hate each other. They don't know how to listen. All they know is how to suck on fear. And that's what I'm about to play to you. Someone vented and spewed all over me at 5 o'clock this morning just so they could tee off on a friend. This is someone I consider a friend. I've taken her out on a boat. I've got videos of her. I've always supported her. called her about work. I even had to call my homie to pay her for the little naked photos that she took. All right, so she's the mom of the year, taking naked photos, and called me. So because we were the mutual friend, my buddy, he's a piece of shit too. He just only goes after girls through my DMs. The people I know, my reliable models. He doesn't approach them like a real man and say, "Hi, I'd like to take you out on a date." No, he's all up in the DMs like, "Send me twat photos and I'll send you $300. Mark, your friend didn't pay me." Right? I got that phone call from her. Of course, I called this bitch, right? I even bet debt collector. That's actually happened. So that's the situation. Here's the voicemail. I'm gonna go this way because somebody just pulled up. You never get any privacy on the streets, man. No matter where I go, it's been quiet all morning long. And someone's always got to pull up and play their music loud, even though I'm live. So here we go. I wanted you to hear it clearly. You know, I recorded it. I record a lot of cool conversations, just like the German beer thing. But here's what I got to. Well, I didn't wake up to this. I've been up since 4 a.m. But this is what's been going on with people, and I'll let you hear it.
Don't worry. Now you can hear it clear and direct. There's nothing to get confused about. I have the balls, okay? So go ahead and keep throwing your little man dick around with the have the balls
The threats.
shit. Like, first off, I'm a woman, so I don't have balls.
The
my
ovaries.
friend, but I had the balls. The stupid fucking algorithm.
Stupid fucking.
For unhealthy
Already,
for you.
already.
Delivered your beautiful little message to me at this time, and I responded.
You can see she's
You're
spewing.
right. I did not think you would be glued to your phone at 5 a.m., so I did not think you would respond.
I was talking to my
right away. You did, and now you have triggered me. Now you're right, I'm not being decent, and now I don't want to have a conversation with you because
She didn't take me out to coffee.
you're reading the text message with your inner dialogue, and you have been back at me. So I'm projecting it back at you.
It's
This is the
psychology
balls.
terms.
We
I
can
have
have
a
the
psychology. He's not using it. He's not using it in the right context. It's not projection. Projection is when you're
And
pushing
for
what
clarity,
you believe on someone else.
I did not
Here's the
judge
clarity.
you until
Until
the rape shit.
I
Then
literally
I
have a
did
message.
judge you, and I told you why I was judging you.
Yeah, I didn't judge you, but now I judge you. Let me read it back. I didn't judge you, but now I'm judging you. I literally circled the message to her because she contradicted herself. At the top of the message, I didn't judge you, and then it's like, I am judging you. So let's play that again.
And for clarity, I did not judge you until shit. Then I did judge you.
See, there it
And I
is.
told
It's
you
the
why I was
contradiction. So let's just say, it's sad that when you get angry, you can't communicate properly, right? When you get angry, you're not gonna get heard. You know, like I saw my friend last night when I was talking about some of the things that happened with her stepdad, and she tried telling the preacher, you're not gonna get believed because you started talking about ghosts. Right? So she said, I saw a ghost, and started going into detail. Like, you're gonna sound like a crazy bitch if you don't stay on point. I was just telling her, like, if you want to be taken seriously, you got to be concise with your argument. That's all. I wanted her to be heard. I want this motherfucker to be found out. 3-time church going a week, preacher looking ass, fucking hidden, fucking, ugh. Like, I can go fucking little dick and all that other shit. I'm not gonna lose my composure. Just saying, we can find these dickheads. We can find these sickos. We can find people that are out of order, non-love believers. Now, this is the same person also said that I should have been, I can't believe you. You're supposed to believe love and light. I believe in love and dark, bitch. Let me set the record straight for you. A lot of darkness. And I actually do my shadow work. And I've gone to conventions, and I'm still going to go to therapy. Like I said, it's just part of me, you know, like the abuse ends with me. So I thought I was healed, you know, by doing awesome things and traveling the world and staying fit and, you know, not hurt nobody, that I was doing pretty good. Then I risked having a relationship with someone. I risked my baby's life with this someone. And I didn't realize how risky it was. I thought once the child was already kicking, there's nothing you can do about it. Me and you both have to deal with each other. Maybe we don't like each other. Maybe we co-parent. Maybe we got to figure it out. But we got to work it out. And she quit. She didn't do any work. Per usual in the relationship.
judging you.
Yeah.
Clear from that. There's no confusion or like mystery to text or misunderstand me. Now you can understand me very clearly. I didn't judge you. Now I'm judging you, and I have no problem telling you, I'm judging you. And you can judge me back, judging you. And you can, there's balls for you. Have a great day. I'll leave you alone because it's 5:30.
What's
And
5:30?
now I'm emotionally spewing at you. You're right, because I'm a and not a robot.
So there it is. I mean, she gets to be emotionally distraught and say whatever the fuck she wants to say, but as soon as I express something, you know, it's one of those things that happen, even though everybody could say anything or call or actually have coffee with me and have a decent conversation so we could have some understanding. No, we'd rather verbally throw up at people. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. And there it is, you know, everybody just stays upset. I just actually got a text from my stepdad. Instead of him communicating, which I told him you could, like, I'm just upset. Now you're acting like a woman. Talk about beta. Like, dude, don't act like a woman. I called my friend in Denmark. I said, man, you're leaving all these angry faces. Say it to my face. Don't be on the sidelines saying that shit. And just like my boy, one of the guys said in my comments, he was like, my face. And me and him have had a face-to-face where he came right up to me and did this number. And I said, excuse you? And we almost had this fight because Paul has a temper, I have a temper, and we're gonna settle it like men with balls.
Since you're being petty Betty, please do. And if you do record my conversations and tell the whole world about my personal private information that I chose to share in a private message, we will have actual issues because you can't just do that. And you're threatening me, which really isn't cool. Because you're right, friends don't talk to people that way. But you can tell everybody that you did trigger me and that I got upset. That's cool. I mean, you can record that I'm upset. That's cool. But I didn't go tell the whole world your personal business. If you choose to share that as your story, that's cool. But you cannot share my personal story and the things that have happened in my life that I did not choose to share publicly. You're right. I made a decision to share it with you, not with all of Instagram.
So, I mean, part of it for her was that she isn't, I mean, there's no names here. You don't know her. I shared my own information because I wanted to be open, honest, and completely honest with myself and my life. I decided a long time ago to stop faking my life or my circumstances. I literally just stepped up and said, this is my truth. As ugly as it is, as ugly as it may seem, this is my actual truth. This is me. This really happened to me, and I can't lie about it. I refuse to lie. All the things. I keep it real. So, yeah, you've been recorded, girl.
Also, it's funny that you don't want to use the voice recorder so that you can actually hear everything and not get things mistranslated. But that's funny that men get so upset about that. I wasn't referring to your little dick. I didn't call you little dick. I'm saying, like, men with that little dick always have, like, seriously, though, you're a man who
attack your size. They attack your wallets. They attack you on a regular basis. So it's what they do. Like when you run in accountability, it's like children, you know, it's like, no, your mama.
But really, that's quite comical. You literally called me a bitch because I said you have a little dick, even though I didn't say you have a little dick. I laughed at you for, again, coming at a woman 3 different times saying have the balls. Like, I don't.
She didn't have the balls to say any of this on her page. She just DM'd me at 5 a.m.
The little dick thing that all men have to bring out, like have the vagina to say it's.
Why did this turn off? Come on. Oh.
And also for not healthy for you, choosing to go back and forth with people at 5:30. You're right, when you definitely didn't have to answer your DMs, is equally as unhealthy. So
I called her out. She's not sorry. Never sorry.
You chose to respond at this crazy hour.
I'm sorry that you chose to respond.
I genuinely do apologize.
And it is a crazy hour.
Instagram fucked up and delivered me your.
She had no control.
Which algorithm, by the way.
She's blaming it on the algorithm. Not that it was common decency to call me at 5:30 in the morning at that kind of attitude, but it was also her ability to lack empathy, right? Like, as long as I feel a certain way, it doesn't matter what time it is or how I talk to you, you're getting it. That's abusive. Also, my ex came out of the woodwork, the one that we had in high school. What the guck are you on about, Mark? Like, I haven't heard from her in years. You know, another one. And then she came to my DMs and made another message. It was like Don't double message me, bitch, at 1 o'clock in the morning. Everybody seems to, we got regular business hours here, bitch.
Has been hiding you, and I haven't seen in forever, so I thought it was kind of insane that I saw your post, but it is clearly insane here now, so just like you want to say, have the balls to say it to me, like, say it with your real voice, say it with your chest, have the balls. Like, that's wild, Mark. That's wild.
So literally, you see the projection. She used the word. She knows she's being wild. She knows she's calling at inappropriate times. She needs to apologize. So she says it subversively. You know, it's that half-ass. I said I'm sorry. No, say sorry. Not said. Not I said. Just say sorry. Admit the other part. You know, I said I'm sorry. Right? I'm right here, dude. I'm right here for your sorry, because you're showing me your sorry behavior. Sorry people are sorry. What you could just say is just go, you're right. I should have waited till it was a proper moment. If I really wanted to have a decent conversation with you, Mark, I wouldn't wait months and years. You do call me about work. You have told me things personally face to face. I should have respected you and had the conversation back to you face to face, because I went in good faith to her. She actually gave me some good pointers about her ex-husband, how she wished that he would be the dad that she wishes he would be. Her kids need the father, and how we need each other. That's the whole point. We're over here pointing fingers like children. Who's to blame? We're on the pain Olympics. We're like, I hurt more. I raped at 16. No, I got raped at 6. No, I got raped at 6 weeks. You're on about it, but you're not talking about it. You're not talking about why you decided to sleep with the man that pulled the condom off. Like, why are you having sex with people you can't trust? That never gets answered. The accountability goes so low. Why are you loving men that don't love you back? Why are you with some bum ass dude? What the chick say? You're getting naked for chips? Like, is that what's really happening? You're getting naked for some chipettes, you know? And that's what you're doing. You've traded in your morality, sort of like porn. You know what I mean? It's like you're not ambiguous anymore. You know, you've literally made a decision that affects your what's the word I'm looking for? Not accountability, anonymity. You lose your anonymity. As soon as you put your face on a porn, your whole anonymity goes. I mean, that's why your price goes up so high, is because you're losing your identity. You've sold your social security number to the porn gods, and everyone knows what your pussy looks like. That's what's going on. Whew, Chipotle. But that's what's going on. And I just thought it was so asinine. If I start losing my temper and I start going with your little titties and get some ovaries and start getting sassy and start spewing at somebody, what's going to get out of them? Anger. Anger begots anger. Hate begots hate. The only thing that can outdo hate is love. But you're not hearing that from people. We're not talking about partnerships. We're not talking about finding life partners. No, we're bitching about what didn't work. We're sitting here always talking about problems instead of solutions. We didn't call it a challenge. Like, I've had some challenges in my sex life. You need to tell your kids that. A lot of these moms, I'm like, what are you teaching your kids? Like, I mean, for reals, don't you tell them that you can get pregnant the first time? Don't you tell them about how emotionally connected you can feel to somebody when you're in love and how it can hurt sometimes? And that communication is important? No, you haven't displayed that with your ex, so therefore you won't display it with your children. You're just a badass mom that likes to rock, right? And walk around naked and get your fucking likes and get paid by my buddies for naked photos. That's the truth. Mom of the year over here telling me about my little dick syndrome or something. Okay, mom of the year, go do your OnlyFans page, dude. Like, stop asking me to collect your debts for your pussy shots. Straight up. And I didn't call her by name. So this is what I'm saying is, like, the abuse is real from both sides. My ex, she was like, that's why you're so wrinkly and I'm so beautiful. You probably got STDs. I'm not the only one. Really rude shit. You are the only one. You're the only one I've ever introduced to my mom. You're the only one I ever had to tell my dad that I was pregnant. And now I had to go back on all my word because of that. Because of the way you are or were, you know, you have no repercussions. That's exactly what this abortion issue is about. It's about undoing your poor reproductive choices. You don't have any responsibility. Remember, you didn't fuck me 10 times in that tent. That's what happens. So let's reverse it. Let's not talk about babies or abortion. Let's talk about STDs. There is no law in the land. No Roe versus Wade. No appointed attorney or justice to the Supreme Court that's going to stop you from getting AIDS, HIV, gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes. There's no solution for herpes. People literally have herpes, and there's nothing you can do about it. On your lips, on your genitals, they can make all the rules they want. No more herpes. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. No more abortions. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And doesn't mean it's all illegal. Everybody blew it out of proportion. What if she's raped? What if it's incest? Let's scream about the minutia, when most of this is elective. It's so elective that it's like 93% all elective. That's all that matters is what they elect to do. You know, like, it's not a medical procedure. You know what I mean? It wasn't to save anybody's lives. No. These women weren't bleeding out. That's not what happened. They just didn't like their decision. Women are actually not accountable. They want a reset button. And as a guy, if I nut in the girl, guess what? I don't get a reset button. Good morning. Have a morning. As a guy, I don't get a reset button. If I'm an athlete and I knock up the actress, guess what? I'm screwed. I now have to pay alimony. Athlete, actress, alimony. And that's what happens. We don't see nothing about these guys. We'll be like, I think I saw a girl go, what does she make? Dr. Dre's wife gets $300,000 a month. But she put it in marriage and children, so she put in that work. But some of these athletes just nutted for one night, and now they got to pay 30 to 50 grand a month out of their salaries. It's insane. You want us to be responsible when it fits you. But as soon as it doesn't fit you, you don't want to be responsible. And that's all I was saying. I'm not saying let them all hemorrhage in the streets. I'm not saying don't take care of people medically. I'm not a heathen. That makes no sense. Come on, there you go. The majority of what's happening right now is just changing minds. You're literally just saying, oops, I don't like my decision anymore. Well, I have to say, oops, I don't like my decision anymore either. If I was in a sunken ship, if I was abandoned at sea, I would love to stop but that doesn't work that way. I wish I never slept with that girl without a condom. It doesn't work that way. We can't wish that way. We can't wish. We got to work. We got to do the work ahead of time. And that's all I'm saying. I'm like, you can't be surprised that eating cake gave you diabetes. You know, you can't be surprised that alcoholism won't kill your liver. I had to block my friend. She was getting all of them got super aggressive. Now, if I'd done that to them, they'd be like, Mark's abusive. How dare he? It'd be murder in the streets, bro. If I started calling them names and telling them about themselves, it'd be huge. Like, Mark lost his shit. He called me up drunk and telling me about myself. She couldn't stay on topic. She went from I'm sorry to I'm emotional. And literally, once again, another woman spewing on me to I'm emotional. And literally, once again, another woman spewing on me. And I'm like, I haven't heard from you in years. And now all of a sudden you're in your DMs giving me the encyclopedia of expressions. Like, you shouldn't be doing that to people. Before you tea kettle on people, you're just like a hot tea kettle. Just piss. Steam. Noise. Take your own fucking kettle off the steam, bro. Take your own kettle off the heat. You're too hot right now, as they said. That's just hot. Hot shit right there. I mean, there's shit hot. Like, you can be shit hot, yeah? But that's hot shit right there. When motherfuckers are doing that. Good morning. When motherfuckers are doing that, piping off, tea kettling, because they kept it all inside. They didn't start their own show. They didn't post on their Instagram. No, they came into my DMs telling me their personal opinions. They came into my DMs without research. They over here spreading whatever emotionally coming to them. And this is why we don't let women rule the world. We become too emotional. We literally just in our own world, it only matters how emotional I get. Well, when I got emotional, I lost my baby. I had a repercussion. I'm responsible enough for that. I acknowledge that. I have accountability. If I never made her feel unsafe, she would have had my baby. And that's facts. And I have to live with that every day of my life. And that's why I've been doing this show. I can cry, but I'm not going to go in my friends' DMs crying. What are they going to do about it? They're going to undo my abortion, right? They're going to undo my darkness, my shadow. They're going to do my bad childhood. No. And you expressing to me about the time you got raped in my post isn't going to help either. I'm not your psychologist. I have a psych degree, but I'm not your psychologist. And I had to tell my friend that. I'm like, you got to go get help. And that's why I told her. I hung up on her. Huh? What's going on? I had breakfast beers. Like totally passed out, nasty, fat. You can see her double chin. You're just like, what's wrong with you, girl? And I hung up. She's like, what the fuck? Huh? And I said, call me when you're sober. More messages, more messages. Well, if you don't, I said, look, I'll have lunch with you when you're sober. Like you pick a date, wouldn't pick a date. You want to know why she wouldn't pick a date? Because that means it's a commitment to sobriety. That's why I put it on her. She had to stay committed to her sobriety. So now she can't be some little weird bitch and go like, oh man, remember when I was drunk and I called you on that Saturday morning and kind of, well, I'm sorry. Like you can even hear in the other one, I'm sorry. You know, you're not sorry. You're not sorry. You're abusive. You feel that because you're hurt, you're allowed to hurt other people, and hurt people hurt other people. Heal people like to heal people. That's why I told her, hit me up with lunch. I don't care if we don't get along. I'm adult enough to sit there and have a healthy conversation. I'm adult enough to sit there and debate somebody creatively, constructively, without accusatory language or name calling. But everybody lost their composure. Everybody lost their shit, and nobody gained their accountability. No one gained responsibility. Said, you're right, Mark. I probably shouldn't have slept with him so fast. I'm telling women now, abstain. You don't want to get knocked up. It's now more dangerous than ever for you to have sex. And even though the population is in decline and things happen in history, you risk life to give life. No one's that selfless. We're a bunch of selfies now. It's me, me, me. And the girls that are on here, it's always me, me, me. Always in an outfit. Can't wait for kids to go to sleep. And then all of a sudden, go ahead, bro, I got you. And then all of a sudden, you're a classy mom, right? Thank you, bro. And you're a classy mom, right? With pouncing around in the living room when your kids aren't around. I mean, how many times have we seen moms getting slutty and then turn into super mom as soon as their kids are around? You're like, dude, stop. People aren't going to take you seriously if you're running around in your underwear, teasing dudes and just bouncing around. If you become a cam model, how much respect do you think you're going to get from these men? Just saying. And that's just hypergamy. Like a lot of women, hypergamy is when they won't marry below their standards, right? So as soon as it's not their standard, you're not making enough money, little dick, you knocked me up. You made the choice to sleep with that person. Now all of a sudden you want to undo your choices. Now all of a sudden you want to magically just be absolved from your decisions. And that's all I was saying, is just that we're all responsible for our decisions. We are going to make something and it's just going to happen to us. And that's what I'm talking about. When you make love to someone with HIV, you might not even have known. Now you got HIV, and I got a buddy who's got HIV, and he knows who gave it to him. Like, you made a choice to sleep with that man, a Scorpio hoe, and you didn't know. And now all you can do is regret. That's what we're doing. We live in regret. Instead of taking action and responsibility for what had happened, the girl was like, I wasn't even drunk and I wasn't even being reckless. And it still happened to me. And I'm like, I got raped too. Oh, we're telling rape stories? Yeah, your boy Marky Saint's been raped. I was drunk at a fucking college party, and some girl that I thought was my friend that was over 300 pounds started molesting me. Started giving me blowjobs that I didn't want. I can remember being drunk. I'm like, no, because she's not that hot. Kind of like the other one-eyed 300-pound walrus that was trying to talk shit to me. I'm vile. What did she say? You're disgusting. And then her other friend unfollowed me. I'm like, let me block you guys. Don't just unfriend me. Let me block you. We don't have to have no frenemies. I don't need no fake ass friends, bro. I need real people in my life. I need real friends, and I don't need no frenemies. I need real people in my life, and I want nobody around what I can provide to them or what they can get from me. That's not friendship. That's not real. My real friendships is when I understand and love somebody unconditionally, kind of like what she was pitching to me. So yeah, some days you're going to be an asshole. Some days you're going to be Aretha Franklin, and you're going to need a Snickers in the back seat. That's what friends are for. And that's what I'm trying to say for this whole 1 hour conversation I'm going to give you, is that when we are out in this life, this game is real. There is no meta. There is no reset. There's none of that shit, man. If you want to get up early in the morning, you're going to get the exercise. You're going to get the endorphins. If you want to go make love to somebody, you might get an STD. You might get a baby. You might get raped. You need to know that. It's not like guys are running around at the fucking mall and just raping chicks. This ain't India. Like I told the homegirl, this ain't India. You ain't getting raped and having issues like that. No, you could have had a criminal proceeding. And that's what ended up happening to me. I had my shit stolen from me at my shop, and I had that conversation with the guy, and he goes, I talked to the lawyer boy, and he goes, did you file a police report? So you can stay all emotional all you want, but did you file a police report? I was 16, I was raped. Did you file a police report? No? Then you're just talking. And that's what ends up happening. At least my other friend, she had like paperwork, and she was ready to prosecute this dude, and she went to the fucking the church and had conversations. Of course they suppressed her. Of course they called her crazy because she was talking about ghosts. But that's what ended up happening. People don't want to put their minds around it. They want to put their emotions around it. And that's what exactly killed my baby. My emotions. Every time I think it's okay to let somebody know about themselves, or tee off, or get emotional, or spew, or be rude, vulgar, and judge, that's when I'm closed off. That's when I've already lost. And she knows it. This girl that's doing this, Miss Panties, sending photos, gonna chew me out at 5 o'clock in the morning. She knows that. She's actually a really smart, independent, and strong woman. I actually respect this woman. And now she's gonna say, I lost respect for you. Or one of them did. You show me who you really are. You're showing me who you really are too, dude. You're not my friend. My friend would really calm me down. Like I literally blocked four frenemies, people that just hang out and can't wait to mad face me. Like, you're not my friend. You don't ever call me. You don't care about my well-being. You care about judging me and your opinion and being heard in my post, in my feed. And then when the guy was like, you're all up in my feed, I didn't realize it because I was battling so many people at the same time. I deleted mine because it was in his feed. He's right. He hopped in my feed. And I'm like, well, now that you're back, let's continue this conversation. Now that you're in my feed, and it's not about, you're up in my feed. Now you're in my feed. You left your feed to come over and still spew your opinion. This is a dude, by the way. So, I mean, of all the people that I never got to talk to, all of a sudden had an opinion, all of a sudden saw my post, and what I really thought was, you fucking fake motherfuckers. All the hard work I put into promoting business and events and linking people together, you just flick past it. But the moment you don't agree with me, you can't wait to show up and make a comment, a hashtag, a voicemail, an angry spew. Who are you? Who are these people? I don't know, because I haven't seen you in decades. You know what I mean? Like, who are these people? Like, the other one, he's on Instagram. You didn't even see my post on Facebook. We're not even friends on Facebook. I don't even see she has a Facebook page. There it is. There it is. There's where we become closed-minded and judgmental, and we think we know all the answers. And the truth is that we are as fake and what's the word I wanted to really use? Not fake. I want to say we are as fallible as they come. Humans make mistakes. That's it. None of us are walking around perfect. No one's on this cross. You ain't on this cross. You're a sinner like me. And I call it out. You know, I send my naughty photos too. Got to get your nude pics on. There it is. Well, actually, I don't, but anymore or whatever. But the point is that that's your choice. I haven't judged you. Do your OnlyFans Mom of the Year, right? But do not lose your cool at 5 a.m. to a friend and create an enemy because you disagree. That's not healthy. And like I told my other friend, she's having an issue with somebody at work. Learn conflict resolution, dog. Get to know that no one's ever going to agree with you. I'm not always right. You're not always right. There is no right answer. Some of these are tough decisions, and that's all I'm saying. Before I went to prison, right? Before I went to South Korean prison, they kept saying, our country, our laws. South Korea kept saying, you don't get to smoke weed. And I'm going over there. I got a California rec. It's legal in Nevada. Bitch, I just came from Colorado, Nevada, and California. It's super legal. They didn't give a shit about none of that because I wasn't in their country. I was under their law. And every time you're in a new building or under someone else's law, you're going to have to live with that. And that's all I was saying was just that, you know, we can kick and storm all I want. I was throwing my pity party in the prison, but I made the decision. I decided that I still wanted to smoke weed. I decided to mail it, and therefore I had to go to prison. And I had repercussions. I had to grow my balls. I had to get some ovaries and take it like a man because I did the crime. So if you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime. And everybody's okay with that when it comes to criminal proceedings. But when it comes to abortions, all of a sudden they're like, what? I just wanted to have sex. Well, it's not just sex, and it's not just casual. There's responsibility to it. There's not only emotional responsibility, but there's physical responsibility. And whether you like to have the baby or not, you'll still have the STD. I didn't want herpes. Go call the Supreme Court. Tell them to outlaw herpes. Oh, wait, there's no constitutional right for herpes or STDs? That's right. You're only responsible for it. Gonorrhea, what used to be spread around in the 15th, 16th century was really bad. Sclerosis, no. And their faces would burn off, their whole noses and shit would eat. Not psoriasis. What is that? What is that? Al Capone died from it. Syphilis. The fucking killer of all colonies, you know? The smallpox. That happened. And whether there was a law for it or not, whether we were supposed to not sleep with the Indians or the Hawaiians or whatever islanders that we spread our diseases to, that's what happened. We killed whole fucking colonies, dude. We don't talk about it, but you know, all of the Incas, everybody, 2 million deaths because we coughed on them. We slept with them. And there's responsibility there. But will we be responsible for reparations, for slavery, or any other things? No, we don't want to be responsible for our bad behavior. That's what I'm talking about. Somewhere along the line, you made a decision. You got cute in the mirror and you showed up to a party. You saw a cute boy and you chose him. You chose that night to fuck him. In fact, my chick fucked me the second night we met. The first night she walked away. The second night, come in this tent, let's fuck. And it's like, yep, you got what you wanted. And you didn't know what you got was coming with more. And that's all it is. It's just like, we're happy as long as the decisions work out right? You know, you're happy as long as I'm rich and you're safe and I pay for all the babies and everything's all right for you. But as soon as it's not right for you, all of a sudden you're swiping left, deleting babies, murdering babies. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute. Where were your head? Where were you when that decision was made? That's all I'm asking. So I was in California with my buddy and he gave me too much weed and I asked him to ship it to South Korea, Turkey, and Finland. Turkey and Finland made it, but South Korea didn't, and I went to prison. Now, if they would have caught it and caught my friends, I would have felt guilty. But no, they caught me instead. And I took the rap for my friends because that's what I do. I step up to my responsibilities. Now, I could have put it on her. I could have ran. They arrested her at her school. This is my friend in South Korea. And I could have been absolved from all of it, but instead I only been in South Korea for 2 weeks and I was already going to stay for the next 6 months of my life in a South Korean prison cell because I had made a decision to smoke weed in South Korea. Now I did my time. It's time you make your decisions. Hear me now, feel me now. We are all in this race together. It's the human race. And the way that we treat each other and talk to each other is important. The decisions that we make is our responsibility. And I don't know who else has been lying to you or telling you lies, but the truth is whatever you do will echo in eternity. So you might think you're slick. You can leave me 5 a.m. messages. You can leave me 1 a.m. messages. You can call me little dick, whatever the fuck you want to do, beta cock, beta cuck, all that shit. But you are still going to be responsible for your decisions. So whatever you eat, whatever you think, and whatever you do will only apply to you. That's your morning marijuana motivation. All my heart from the start, your boy Marky Saint, Saints Addiction, and Saints Brand. If you got anything out of this, please like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, comment below. Let's talk. Let's have open, honest communication without accusatory or bad language, and then we can move further. That's your morning marijuana motivation. I'm Mark Saint. I stand by my words. I stand by my actions, and I'm responsible for them. Have a blessed day. You be the same.